Okay, let's do the last few here and get all the way to net income, I hope. So I'm sure you're tired of these slides. So let's go through line 10. 10 is depreciation. We already calculated depreciation. Now I've broken it out here for you on how the modified accelerated cost recovery system, or MACRS, breaks out in depreciation. As you can see in the red chart in the lower right hand corner, it says year 1 we get 20%, year 2 we get 32%, year 3 we get 19.2%, year 4 11.52%, year 5 the same, year 6 5.76%, for a total of $100,000. Therefore, you can calculate the depreciation at any given point. For example, it says here in year 4, the example in the lower left is depreciation charge in year 4 equals $100,000 times 0.1152, or 11.52%, equals $11,520. So you can easily see that by applying these percentages to your total amount of cost for the machine, you can see exactly what depreciation should be each year. Now, these numbers are not even. Typically, it would be straight line depreciation is 20%, 20%, 20% over 5 years, for example, but it's not. This is a different accelerated table. It gives you a little more exposure to some of the different ways to depreciate things. A lot of companies like to have front load their depreciation and get all their depreciation expense up front. Because it helps their taxes more up front. But it's up to the company, and it's often up to their accountant, and we won't get into that. That's a whole different subject. So that's line 10 on depreciation. We get to line 11. Now, line 11 is simply a calculation. We have sales revenue, operating costs, and depreciation. So now we know what our income is before taxes. It's 8 minus 9 minus 10. Line 8 is $100,000 in sales revenue year 1. Operating costs and depreciation equals 70. So income before taxes is 30. Obvious calculations going through year 5. Tax at 34%. We simply tax line 11 by 0.34, and we get a 10.2 or $10,200 in year 1. And then, of course, net income, you just simply subtract line 11 from line 12, and you get $19,800 in year 1 for net income. So the last couple of calculations are quite simple to do. The modified accelerated cost recovery system, there was a little monkey wrench in there just to keep you on your toes, but once you figure out depreciation and you get your after-tax cash flows, it's a piece of cake. It turns right into a net present value calculation, which is where we're headed next.